as we're going through here, I want to encourage you all to post in the chat box, all right? Ask questions if you have questions to any of the managers, all right? But anything that stands out to you, as get involved as we go through so we can best support you. And as Tati said, like, she woke up, she showed up. And I always tell people, wake up, show up. Like, if we see you working hard, like, we're going to work harder for you, okay? I have no problem handing someone a $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 paycheck for their first week or two on the job if they're willing to put in the work for it, all right? And you're going to meet individuals who all earn $2,000 or more in their first week or two. And I think that's pretty awesome to be able to do that. But they woke up. They worked hard, all right? And so it takes work. And if you have the discipline, this job is not hard, all right? It's not hard work, but if you work hard, it pays itself in dividends, all right? So what I want to do is I want to review what's going to happen throughout training and really in your first week and a half on the job to make sure that we're all set up and have the right expectations, okay? And I want to say, first of all, congratulations on being here. We have had several hundred people that have applied for the position just in the last couple of days. You know, I was looking yesterday, I was like, holy crap. Like, we've had several hundred people and we've been screening through applications, and every one of you here is here for a reason. And you were selected for one of two reasons primarily, as I spoke to the managers. One, you already had kick butt leadership experience, you were great with people, you already had a great track record, you know, from past jobs or teams that you were part of, or you were a captain, and we're like, oh, heck yeah, we want to have that person on our team and they can bring those attributes here as we're looking to build and grow, right? And some of you guys, it's actually the opposite, you know, like, you didn't have like any experience, like nothing on your resume, and our team was like, you know what, but you had a great attitude, and they're like, this person like really just wants a shot, like they need a shot to show what they're made of, you know, and they haven't had a chance to be given to go out and get that experience, you know, to show what they're capable of. And so I want to say congratulations on being here because you were, you know, you're here for a reason. So whether, again, you already had a great experience, great track record, or you just needed a place to be able to grow, take advantage of it. Got it? You guys have an incredible opportunity. I'm going to share some stuff with you all which you might not even know, all right? So I know for myself, when I first started, I was like, I just want to make some cash. I want to go study abroad in London. And I remember that summer needing an extra job. I was working as a waitress at 2 different restaurants, but it was kind of slow in the summer. And I said, I need some extra money. I need to have at least $5,000 just for the program, and I want money to be able to travel. And so I found this like dirty little business card in the parking lot at school in May, like on finals week, and it said student work. And I was like, I'm a student, I need work. And it said $10, you know, base employment. I was like, oh, heck yeah. You know, and 19 years ago, that was very exciting. And I remember going online, applying. I'm like, I don't know what this is, but like, I don't care, like $10 guarantee, like, let's go, you know? And I went in, once I went in for the interview, I realized, I'm like, oh my gosh, Cutco. Like, I had friends who had done Cutco. We used to make fun of one of my friends' boyfriends that was the knife guy. We used to call him like Gingsu guy and all this stuff. Like, we used to make fun of him all the time. And Charlie would be like, come on guys, you know, and I had no idea, but I had heard of the product. But I didn't even know, like, my grandmother has owned Cutco since 1957, all right? By the way, if you know someone who has Cutco, throw it in the chat box. I would love to hear anybody who has knows someone who has Cutco, if you know, and how long they've had it. So if you know, if you're like, my grandma's had it since before I was born, or so-and-so's had it, I always love hearing who owns Cutco, who's seen the product. So I had no idea that I had seen Cutco before. And then once I started doing this job, I was like, oh my gosh, like, my youth pastor sold Cutco back in the 80s when he went to Liberty University in Virginia, paid his way through school. Then I found out Elaine Anthony from my church, one of our elders, she had Cutco from 1952. Barbara Bourgeois, my youth pastor, had it from 1976. My best friend Julie's parents had it from the 70s. I found out my grandmother had it from 1957. Nice, Jacob, uncle and pastor had it. And it's so cool. And she had it for over a decade. Mom had it. That's cool. So you'll bump into people. Like, I even did the interview and I'm like, yeah, I've never heard of this. And then I was like, wait a second, you know, and it was just so cool. But at first I came for money. All right. I was like, I want to make money. I need to pay for London, like, let's go. And that's all I was thinking about was money. And then as I started working, I was like, oh, wow, like, there's a lot of opportunities. And what I didn't know is that this program, yes, guys, you can make a lot of money. For those of you who are excited about making cash, like, heck yeah, you're in a good place. We can help you do that. But even more importantly than the money is the experience that you're going to gain here. The foundations of communication skills, interpersonal skills, presentation skills, time management, organization, resilience, learning how to deal with rejection, learning goal setting, being able to work in a team environment, but being able to work independently. These are all things that employers want, that people want. It makes you super marketable. We have management internships. We have marketing internships. We have entrepreneurial internships, where we have students this summer right now who for their summer job are actually running their own business for the summer, with $250 million a year company. And so for a 3 or 4 month internship for the summer, they actually get funding to start their own business. And it's incredible to learn the startup process of a company. And so I knew for myself, like I wanted to own businesses one day, or get a top job, where I could definitely make some killer income. And so this, as I learned more about the company, I was like, oh, wow, like I want to get involved with that, like I would love to be able to get an internship. I would love to be able to add stuff to my resume. And I was able to do that. And so you guys are going to learn about all those things. But I was promoted to assistant manager, team leader my first summer, for the second part of the summer. Then I went to London. I didn't think I was going to keep working with Cutco. Came back though, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this for the spring because I spent all my money in London. Came back, and then they had talked to me about the entrepreneurship internship. They said, don't you want to run your own business? Like we still have a spot available. And so I worked hard that spring, and summer of 2003, I did the entrepreneurship internship and ran my own office. By the way, those of you working with Claudia, she did that back in 2015. Those of you working with Randy, he did that back in 2008. And so getting an opportunity as a young person to go out and learn that, it's incredible. Hardest thing I ever did, most rewarding thing I ever did, learning how to start up a business. And whether someone's going to be like Ale, who's a pre-dent major, or actually now she graduated from dental school, but when she worked with me, she was a pre-dent major, just getting started and wanted to learn how to run her own practice. Rachel, who wanted to be a lawyer, and eventually make partner or have her own firm. We have, our Eduardo, who's an engineer, Angela Wadley, who's an architect, whatever it is you're doing, or maybe you're a teacher or a tutor. Angie, who's an artist and wanted to have her own art studio and do like nonprofit work and give back to the community and using art for like art therapy, like whatever it is, like learning how to have your own gig with your passions is just a good thing to have, and even if you don't start your own thing, when companies see that you know how to do that, they want you. So it makes you more marketable, and they're like, we need to have this person on our team, and so you're pretty much guaranteed. I haven't had one person who did that program who did not get land their dream job, internship, grad school, whatever program they wanted to get into, and they got into it because of this. And I think that's pretty cool. All right. So know that there's a lot of cool things available for you guys. And we're super excited to be running training for you guys. So you're going to be in incredible hands. You're going to have a tag team training from two of the best people that I've ever worked with Claudia Prince and Randy Excellent. Randy's actually been part of all 9 of my national championships, all number ones. He was with me in 2007, and as we took down the number 1 district office in vector marketing. 2008 helped build into that year and the end of that year around his branch, where we were number 1 district office in vector. And then 2011, 12, 13, 14, we had a streak of winning number 1s on 2 different levels, and he was a huge part of that. And Miss Claudia, who's been worked with Cutco, left, came back and was working as my executive assistant, and has been such a huge part of the success of our team and our division continuing to thrive, and now running our Houston Heights office. I'm so excited for you guys. So today, what we're going to do today is we're going to be walking through, just so you all know, the foundations, the basics of what's going to be happening. All right. And so we're going to show you guys a demo right after I'm done talking. You guys will see like what the appointment, like when you meet with a customer, what does that look like? All right. So they're going to show you and walk through like how to share your goals, how to show the presentation. It's super simple. It's all like videos, and you're chatting with customers. And what you're really learning here is not how to sell Cutco. Cutco sells Cutco. You're learning how to sell you. Cool. How to connect, how to build rapport, how to share goals. And these are skills that, again, you're going to use with anything you do in the future. So you're learning how to sell you. So you're going to walk through that. You're going to see how the presentation's done. Then we're going to go through what else is out there, right? Randy's going to cover competitive cutlery alongside 2 of my colleagues, Drew and Wes Frank, who are brothers and are the 2 of the top managers our company's ever had. We're up there. There's like 5 of us who have battles for national championships every year. They are incredible. And they're they're going to be walking through, like, if you go to the store, all right, let's say, Nicholas, someone asks you like, oh, how does this compare to what's at Macy's, the German ones, or at Williams and Sonoma? And you're like, I have no idea. Like, you need to know that, right? So we're going to walk through so you guys have a feel for what else is out there. All right. And so we're going to go through the different, the different things that are available. And then that way you guys understand prices. And just so you know right now, when you're dealing with high quality anything, all right, you're talking money. Cool. Best house, best car, best appliances, best kitchen knives. Like, it is not cheap. Cutco's an investment. It's an investment people make once, they use every day, and they have for the rest of their life. All right. But it's an investment. So people can spend, we have, gift sets that are $150, $200, $300. We have starter sets that are $400 to $800. We have our medium sets that are like $800 to $1,300, $1,400. We have our larger sets that are like $1,900 to $3,000. People could buy a whole Cutco kitchen and spend 5, 7, 10 grand or more. Okay. Everybody's different. And so you're going to see that. All right. And everybody's going to find whatever's best for them that day. And that's going to be different for everybody. All right. So it depends on them, but the average sale, and I'll show you guys will be able to access the system tomorrow morning. You're going to make your own account. All right. And this is actually where you track, you put your orders online. You can see all your customers. You can see everything on here on Vector Connect. And I'm going to go ahead and log in on here. All right. But you guys will be able to log in. You'll be able to put your orders on here. And so you'll be able to see all the averages. So you can go here and look at my account and then look at stats, and you'll be able to see like the different averages. All right. So as you guys see here, off like us in Houston here, the average order is $415. Cool. Divisionally, it's 363. Regionally, it's 386, and nationally, it's 363. So that's why I said it's like $350 or more. And so that's what the average sale is. And 6 out of 10 customers that end up seeing Cutco end up getting something. All right. So really, guys, it's a numbers game. You know, the more appointments you do, the more chances you give yourself. You're going to have big sales, medium sales, small sales. But one of the reasons I know that we have a higher average order than the nation does is because I teach our guys how to show prices. And so you'll see this later today. We'll talk about this tomorrow. But when we have an average sale of $400, all right, guys, our customers typically don't pay in full. Most of our customers are middle-class customers. So they didn't have just $400 lying around, all right? So most of them, they use, almost every sale we have, they use our Easy Pay, all right? And our Easy Pay is in 5 payments, all right? And so all they would put down today would be $80 today, all right? So that makes it super simple for the customer because basically what they would have to budget aside per week is they need to put aside $20 a week so that they have the funds for it, all right? And if they're married, which most of our target customers are, then that means it's $10 each, all right? Guys, if somebody works full time, can they afford $20 a week? Yes or no? Give me a head nod. Absolutely. A bum could afford $20 a week. I don't think I want them running around with Cutco knives, but they could. All right. And so it's not whether or not someone can afford Cutco. It's whether they feel it's worth it, you know, and whether they want to invest into it. Everyone understand that? So we're going to talk about that later. And so you guys will go through prices, what else is out there. We're going to go through schedule and show you guys for anyone. I don't know if anyone here is excited about the possibility of earning $1,000 or $2,000 or $3,000 in your first week. That excited me. I was able to earn $1,600 my first week. I didn't even know paychecks could have commas in them, you know? So when I got my first check, I was like, oh, it was like $1,600. I'm like, I'm the richest person in the world, you know? And I was just like so excited. I want to put it in small bills and like roll around in it. All right. And so, you know, you guys have a chance to make some pretty awesome income. And again, it's a numbers game, and we'll tell you what it takes. And I'll tell you, the first thing is wake up, show up, you know, like the other guys did. Like if you wake up in the morning, you'll always get extra attention. You'll always get extra tips. My top people who are trying to earn $2,000 or more, I'm like, hey, you should be up at 7 a.m. every day for 1 week. Wake up at 7 a.m., study, eat breakfast, work out, get ready for your day, you know, make some calls, and then be ready to work, you know. And if you do that and you train yourself to do that and you do that for a week, I'm like, you're setting yourself up for a heck of a paycheck. So if anyone's willing to put in the work, let us know. Cool, because we'll coach you. We'll help you with that and help you maximize your first week. So that's really cool. Then we're going to show you guys how to schedule people. There's an app many of you might have downloaded already called Q. That's where we do all of our calls. That's where we log everything. We see your work. We see your goals. Like everything is done through that app. That's how we know you're working. And you guys call us to verify your appointment. And in that same app, we have the manager side of it. You know, we click that you checked in and we track everything. And so that's how we track the stuff for your pay. And we'll review the pay again later today and tomorrow. But you have that guaranteed base of $18. And then you have the commission. And every week at the end of the week, we tally up the number of appointments you did, the amount of commissions you earned, and we compare the two. All right. And if if the base was ever higher, we add the difference to your check. But we just look at the total at the end of the week. And again, we'll walk through that again so you guys can see what that looks like later. And definitely tomorrow when we start off the day, there'll be another pay review. All right. We're going to show you guys how to contact to schedule your appointments. You're not just going to call grandma up and be like, Grandma, I got these knives I got to show you. When can I come by? Or when can I call you? No, we're going to set up, we're going to be like, hey, Grandma, the reason I'm calling, I just started a new job showing Cutco. You know, part of my training, I have to put on some initial appointments. I'm doing it for the training, so you don't have to get anything. I get paid just to do it, you know? And so it's very laid back, very chill. Like, oh, of course, honey, you know, and you can set up your appointments for this weekend. Does anyone remember who you start off? Who do you start off practicing with? Anyone remember? You can put it in the chat box. Anyone remember who you start practicing with? And by the way, why? Awesome. Nice, Brianna. Yep. Friends and family. So I started off with my best friend's mom, my ex-boyfriend's parents, some people from my church, some of my teammates' parents from volleyball. And I had such a fun time. And why do we start with people that we know first? Well, guys, you can screw it up. You can make mistakes. It doesn't matter, you know? And by the way, they're not judging you. They're judging the product. They're like, is this good or not? Am I going to use it? Like whether they buy or not is dependent on the product, not you, you know? But you can be comfortable and get more comfortable presenting and get more comfortable answering questions. So it makes it really fun. And it makes it really simple to do that with people that you know, all right? We do everything virtually, remotely, but you can also do it, you know, individually, all right? And have some fun with them, you know, like they know you're working hard, practicing, and when you guys share your goals, all right, and you share your goals with people and let them know like, hey, here's why I'm working, here's what I'm doing, they'll actually be really impressed with you. And that's what our guys always see. They're like, oh yeah, my mom's friends were calling her, or like my family's like, wow, that's so great. You know, because when you talk with them, you're not calling them and being like the knife person, right? Kirsten, you're not like, hey, I'm selling knives this summer. Like that's really weird. All right. You're contacting them as many of you are students, you know, who are working on getting business experience, communication skills, getting more comfortable with presentation skills. And you're working with Cutco to help you with those skill sets to help you for your future. And when you share that, they're like, wow, that's amazing. You know, that's so great that you're thinking about that you're working on that, you know, and so you guys will see that. We've got a sick contest for your fast start, you know, that you guys are going to hear about in your first 10 days. And you guys can get some pretty awesome prizes. And we're super excited to be able to support you guys with that. All right. And we'll make your first wave of calls at the end of today to set up your first practice appointments. So again, we'll show you guys how to do that. It's super simple. And then we'll show you how it snowballs from there. Okay. Because then it's all just like friends of friends of friends of friends of friends. Super easy. And we'll teach you guys. And tomorrow, Randy's going to go through recommendations and what that looks like. So tonight, by the way, you guys are more than welcome. We're done with training at like midnight. No, I'm just kidding. So today we're scheduled to be here until early evening. And a lot of the team is going to be making phone calls together this evening to load up the weekend. Weekends are the best time. You guys are starting at the best time because Friday's payday. People are in good moods. It's the weekend, all right? There's lots of shopping and people are loving like barbecuing, cooking, getting together, family gatherings. And so we've been doing a ton of that. So know that and feel really good about that, okay? So tomorrow, this evening, you're welcome to, when we're done with training, if you want to grab dinner and join us and keep making phone calls and load up your weekend, by all means do, you know, and those who are here later, again, that's stuff that we notice, we see that and we're like, oh, this person's like putting in extra effort, like really wanting to succeed. And so that's who our guys are going to take extra time with, is when we see you guys working hard and putting in extra hours. Just like think about the top athletes, right? Do they only practice when it's practice time? Shake of heads, yes, no. All right, no. The best athletes, they practice a lot on their own. The best performers, right? The best musicians, the best, like they practice on their own. Many of them have their own private coaches or private tutors on top of just their regular coach, because they want to be the best. And you guys have that, and you have that access here. So utilize that. All right. Tomorrow, we start tomorrow at 9:30. By the way, you're welcome to join us early, 8 a.m. We have a workshop tomorrow morning on how to show Cutco customer, like people that own Cutco. And so we're going to be teaching some skill sets tomorrow morning for anyone who wants to join our workshop. Our workshop's at 8 a.m. All right. And then we'll make some phone calls afterwards before training starts. So invitation, not an obligation. But again, for anyone who's really looking to maximize their first week, I strongly recommend joining us for that. All right. So I'll be up early tomorrow with the team. Then tomorrow we're going to go through and do your contracts, set up your accounts, make sure that everything's ready for you to put your orders online. We're going to show you how to rock your recommendations. We're going to show you guys all the different sets, all the different prices, how to put your orders online. It's really like wrap-up day. And then we'll let you guys practice, and just get comfortable. We'll also let you know about the contest that we have where you guys are able to even win a trip. We have a trip to Cancun and some cool prizes as well that are just like fun contests that we always like to do. I loved, from when I started with Cutco, that the company was great at motivating us to work hard and then rewarding us for our hard work. And so that's a ton of fun. All right. So know that there's some cool things that you guys are going to be hearing about. But right now, I was sharing with some of the guys in our breakout room, one of the best times to start, like it's been wild. We weren't sure at first when COVID hit what was going to happen. But we knew that when people are, a little bit tighter on funds, people are going out to eat less. So they're cooking more naturally. And then with COVID, people were forced to be home for a certain period of time. Right. And so there's just been so much more cooking happening. People are home more. People are trying to be more cautious. People have noticed like how bad their stuff is. So they're definitely, they've been purchasing like crazy. In April, guys, we had a 260% growth in April. 260%. That's enormous. May, we just broke the all-time company, like in company record since 1949, best month ever, best month of May in Houston history. We broke the all-time record this past May. Right now we have an amazing June that we're having, and our goal is to break the all-time July record. And so we're building momentum for that. Super excited about that. So know that you're starting at a great time. People are cooking, people are using the products. And so that's a really cool thing. All right. Then we have our trainers. As I mentioned, you guys are in really great hands with the people who are going to be training you. And in Houston, I think about all of you guys here in this area, there's just so many families, right? There's so many families, there's so many cooking. When I moved here from Miami, by the way. And so I grew up in Miami. I started Cutco down in South Florida. And when I came here, when I started here, I was like, oh my gosh, like there are so many couples, families, like everywhere, there's like a school, I feel like every 10 minutes, there's another school. There's so many families. It's such a great city. And I don't know if you guys know, but Houston has one of the top economies in the nation. And it's been in the top 5. It's been number 1 multiple times for best economy in the United States. So you guys should feel really good about that because we have one of the best places to sell Cutco, and that's pretty cool. All right. You have an incredible support system as well. And I'll share this real quick, and then I'll give you guys some tips to help you guys, in training and just objectives for training, what to expect from us, what we expect from you. But I'll tell you right now, expect an incredible support system. Our guys, and I've said this a couple times, but they really do go above and beyond for you. Everyone can succeed with Cutco. Everyone can succeed if they want to. And we have the coaches to help you guys every step of the way. Some of you guys naturally are going to hit the ground running and everything's going to be going right on the averages. Some of you guys are going to be totally above average, like crushing it. And some of you guys are going to be below. And it doesn't mean you can't do well. Tati had below average numbers. And by the way, she's now one of our best. And so if you cling on to the top people and ask for help, you can definitely, learn the skill sets to help you get good at this. All right. But know that your success is our success. The better you all do as individuals, the better our team and our organization does. And we know that. And I love that when I started because I knew that those that were above me, they wanted me to be successful. So know that, expect that, and we're super excited for you guys with that. All right. We're going to be your best motivators, and we're going to be tough coaches. Anyone that works with me, I work with very few people. I work with our managers, people who are going through our leadership academy, future assistant managers. And the reason is like, there is a strong level of forced accountability. And I'm like, I've been on top teams. I played collegiate sports, and my best coaches were tough coaches. And they were strong on us and challenged us to be tough on ourselves and to have high expectations and to not cut corners, because they knew that's how we were going to have the best results. And we definitely saw that. And I know that if we do that, you're going to hit your goals. And if you hit your goals, you're going to make money, and you're going to get the experience you want to land the jobs that you want. And if you do that, you're going to love us, and I know that. So I want to make sure that you guys are successful. I want to make sure that you guys love us as coaches. And the only way you're going to love us as coaches is if we help you succeed. All right. So I think that's pretty fair. There's only two reasons people really fail in this business. Like, number one, they're just lazy people. If you're a really lazy person, you're not going to do really well here, because this is a job, what you put into it, you get out of it, and so you have to have a little bit of self-motivation. And so some of you might be like, oh shit, that's not me. Like, this might not be the best job for you. And that's okay. We probably won't see you later today or tomorrow. And that's okay. But it's not. Now, if you're someone who's a little bit naturally lazy, but you're trying to get better with discipline or motivation, like, we're excited to help you with that, but be honest, let us know so we can really coach and guide you the best way, because that makes a difference. All right. And then the other reason people don't succeed is they just don't follow the program. We're giving you a perfect recipe for success. All right. And we're like, Daniela, here's what you need to do. Like, if you want to make this amount of money or you want to do this, like, we literally have the formula. All right. But we give you the formula, just like if I shared with you like a great recipe and I said, oh, here's my grandma's recipe for her famous brownies or her like bad butt chocolate chip cookies that are homemade. And then you were like, oh, well, that has a lot of sugar. I'm not going to put any sugar. I'm trying to watch my sugar intake. And like, I know it calls for butter, but like, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use this instead. And I know that it says to put, 1 egg in it or 2 eggs, but like, I haven't had a lot of protein, so I'm going to put 6 eggs in it, and you start changing everything up. Like, are you going to get my grandma's awesome brownies or cookies? Like, absolutely not, right? You're gonna be like, this recipe was awful. Like, no, the recipe wasn't awful. You didn't follow it. All right. So we have a recipe that works. I've been using it for decades, all right? And we have seen so much success. And if you follow it, you will get the results. If you read your manual, if you follow what your managers tell you, nationally, it's about 6 out of 10 end up getting something, and over about a $350 plus average order, okay? That's what the averages are. And you'll have, smaller sometimes on the averages and sometimes above. That's why it's called an average, right? But it's all a numbers game, so know that, all right? So while you're with us, we want to help you grow professionally, all right? There's a lot of cool things you guys can add to your resume. And again, advancement and income opportunity, as well as internships. We want to help you grow personally, helping you guys gain confidence, comfort, and communication, and skill sets that'll serve you for a lifetime. I want to help you guys grow financially. I love seeing my guys who are 18, 19, 20 years old making 2, 4, 6, 8 grand, in a 2-week period or in a month period, in the summertime earning $10, $15, $20,000. Annalise Chavez, who, she started last year. She's back this summer working. She recommended you, Susan. But Annalise last week made almost $5,000 last week. That's what most college kids make in a summer. Okay. She made that last week. And you guys will meet her here in a bit. I think she was going to stop by and say hello a little bit later, but just know that, again, you're in incredible hands. All right. You have incredible people here to show you success. It's up to you to jump in. All right. But I think it's pretty awesome. Like, we had Jackson, his first week. I mean, he's a high school. It was the week before graduation, and he earned $3,200 his first week on the job. We had Matthew Sellers, also high school senior, before graduation, his first week on the job, making $2,700. Like, that's crazy. All right. That's money that should be illegal. So I think that's pretty cool that young people have a chance to do that. Mike Arrieta, he spoke at our conference last week. Mike Arrieta started with me 14 years ago, all right, when he was a high school senior. And his senior year, he made $55,000 in income. That's more than any of his teachers, and that's more than his parents ever made in a year combined, all right? And he was lower income, but he was like the biggest year. My dad said that him and my mom together, their earnings was 50 grand. And I made more than that my first year working here at 17 years old while still in high school. That's a cool opportunity. You know, he went on to buy a house, do different investments, went to University of Alabama, rented his rooms out, paid his mortgage, graduated debt-free with assets and lots of money in the bank. That's cool, you know, to be able to do that. And now he was rated 4 years ago. He's Forbes top 30 under 30. He helped start a company called DocuSign, which you'll use tomorrow to sign your contract. And he now has a private equity firm and buys out companies and invests and is just doing absolutely incredible. And he credits all his success. He's like, I talk about Cutco all the time because what I gained here. And I'll share that video with you all if you want to watch, where I interviewed him, just kind of chatting about what he does and, you know, what he learned. But it's really incredible. And you won't realize it now, but it's something that for those of you who stick around, you'll see how much you learn and grow and how much it helps you for the future. But again, if you want to make money, you can make money, but you guys can gain a ton more than that. And just so I know, I'd love to know, and I don't know, Claudia, if you have a poll, or we could just put it in the chat box, but what are you most excited to gain while working with us? I'd love to hear that from you guys in the chat box. Is it money? Is it experience? Is it advancement? Is it internships? Like, what is it that you're wanting to gain most from working with our company? Go ahead and put that in the chat box, just so we know that. But we also want you guys to have fun at work, okay? I love our guys having a great time. We work with, you know, mostly 17 to 25-year-olds. We also have our Cutco sales professionals, right? And these guys do this for a living. And they range from, you know, their 20s to 70s. All right. And they've been working with us. Awesome. Both money and experience in marketing, experience in money. By the way, it's okay to say money. When I came to training, I was like, I want money, you know? And then as I was working here, I was like, oh, wow, I can gain such good experience and I can actually get an internship. Like, that sounds really cool, you know? And then I got excited about that. But I'll tell you guys, this weekend is absolutely crucial. Do twice as many demos as you're planning on doing this weekend in your first week, all right? And we'll teach you guys these things. Awesome, I love it. Excited to improve on marketing skills, money and experience. And make sure, by the way, this right here, and managers, hope for, you know, you guys are looking at this, but make sure that you guys are, you know, jotting these things down, and make sure you tell your managers, make sure you tell your coaches, because this makes a really big difference when they know this, and they can help support you guys at the highest level. All right. Later today, we're going to make phone calls together. I want you guys to know this. This is not the sexiest part of the job. All right. It's what I've seen for many of our guys. Has been one of the most, you know, like, that's the part where they might struggle the most, because your guys' day and age, I mean, you guys talk via text all the time, you know, Snapchat, you know, and they're not used to having phone conversations. And so that's different, but it's so good for you to get good with that and get comfortable with that. So it's okay if it feels a little bit weird. That means you're stretching yourself out of your comfort zone and you're gaining new skill sets. All right. And if you really want to get off to a great start, you're going to make a lot of phone calls your first tonight, tomorrow, to set up a great weekend. And then we have a program that we do 5 calls before and 5 calls after that'll really help you guys in success. So just know that if you're going for a huge week, you're like, I want to make a grand or 2 or 3 or 4 this week. Well, you're going to make a lot of phone calls. So know that, and it's okay. Just, you know, grit your teeth and just get through it. It'll definitely pay off. All right. And everybody write this down. Best 5. All right. Best 5. If you guys want to go out and hit your first promotion, your first weekend. And by the way, we've had people hit their first promotion, their first day out. Best 5 people. All right. That is the most important thing that I can tell you guys, is your best 5. Because if you see your best 5 people first, not only are you setting yourself up to be able to get some, you know, great sales, but the bigger thing is you're going to get the best recommendations and build the most incredible foundation for your business. And so that was a tip that was given to me a long time ago, and it definitely paid itself in dividends. I was able to earn $22,000 in income in 2.5 months as a 19-year-old. And by the way, I grew up in a 2-bedroom apartment with 6 people in it, and we did not have much. All right. But I saw my best people first, and they knew a lot of married people that were homeowners, because we didn't have a house, you know, and then I met their friends and their friends and their friends, and that helped me launch out a really incredible summer. All right. So last couple of things for you guys that I'll tell you guys that'll really help in success. All right. Is number one, your attitude. All right. Attitude is everything. When we see people with a positive attitude, asking questions, wanting to learn, wanting to grow, like, we want to pour into you. Know that how you guys comment, questions you ask, if you have like negative comments or like, I call it failure seeking questions. Like, well, what if like this, what if a elephant falls in through the roof? I don't know. Like, I die. Like, I don't know how to answer that, you know, like, what if no one ever buys? I'm like, then we go out of business, you know, versus like, hey, how can I ensure, how can I increase my closing percentage? You know, how can I, you know, ensure that most of my customers end up getting something? You know, how can I improve this? Like, ask success seeking questions. If we know this person wants to succeed, and we're going to go out of our way to help you out and help you get the most out of your time here. All right. And the second thing is hard work. Cool. So a great attitude and hard work, those are irreplaceable. Like I said before, it's not, it's not hard work, but you want to work hard. All right. So what you put into it, you'll get out of it. And guys, we're not gonna grade you, you know, on the assignments we give you, but your grade is your paycheck. All right. You guys are going to receive a paycheck based on the work that you put in and the effort you put in. And we're super excited to see what you guys do with that. All right. So I'm going to hand things over to our